Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Anna Farron and I am a writer and director currently on my feature film journey. I'm currently in development for my feature film and I'm working on my second draft at the moment. Also have a short in post-production and working on a few other writing bits and pieces and projects at the same time. I started off in photography. So I had a magazine for a little bit and I was kind of doing stuff in the realms of like fashion photography. I guess maybe there was elements of storytelling within my photography. And then from seeing my work, a production company approached me. And then I started directing music videos as well as short documentaries. So I did a couple for Channel 4 Random Acts and also for like Nowness, British Vogue. Basically, I had one of the music videos that I had worked on got pulled, which and I actually really liked the music video. And I think that was actually one of the defining things that really like pushed me to start focusing on my own work and my own projects is the fact that you can work on something and really love it and then it can just be like, because you're working for a client. So yeah, and so kind of from then on, I've started kind of writing short scripts, and I have been in development for my feature film for the past year, but before that, I was in early stage development. So during early stage development, I put together, I think it was maybe like a 10-page kind of prose overview of the story, a treatment, and I think maybe some character profiles. And it was off the back of that that then I got funding for development, which I'm currently in, and currently working towards my second draft. But like I said, it's not actually the second draft. I think there's been much more iterations than that, but like officially second draft. I'll actually have to go through and look and see how many draft versions I've done so far already. Yeah, I can talk a little bit about development. That has been a big learning curve, I have to say, really. And then at the same time, alongside development, I did a short film that I wrote and directed, which is currently in post-production. I've been in post-production for a long time on it, but I'm actually aiming to get it finished and get it on the festival circuit this year, as well as writing a few other another shorts. But I think the short that I'm writing at the moment maybe has the potential to be developed into something longer. But I think one thing as being a director and being a writer director, I want the practice of directing. And so it'd be nice to do another short film this year, just to keep my directing skills evolving and in preparation for when I finally do my feature. Okay, so a little bit about my writing journey, specifically being in development. So I've been in funded development for the past year, which has been really cool because it has meant that I have an amazing script editor that I get to work with. And it's also kind of felt like a learning journey. Before this, I had written like short film scripts, but the journey of like learning how to write a feature and yeah, just generally learning about character development and story structure, which has been really incredible. So at the moment, I am working on my second draft, well, official second draft. There's definitely been more than 2 drafts, but this is the second draft that I'm working towards that I will submit to my financiers for notes. After I submitted my first draft, which I submitted towards the end of last year, I got some notes back on that. And then from that, I've kind of delved back into some of my character development work and also character development. Yeah. And then so I've kind of got to the stage where now I've rewritten essentially, well, not really an outline, but more of like a prose outline. So it's kind of like a 12-page prose at the moment. And I've printed that out. So I'm going to go back through that, like look at it, like make some notes. And then I might maybe, not essentially like a beat sheet, but I kind of do like beats on like revision cards. So I might put all of the different beats onto a revision card. So then I can also think about like, is it working structurally? I guess I have made quite a few changes since my last draft, and I have got all of like my beat cards that I did for that. So I might kind of look back and kind of compare a little bit, and see how I feel like this one is working in terms of like pacing and tension and plot points. My script that I'm working on is a period piece, so it's set in the 70s. So I also want to be spending a little bit of time doing some research. Well, I have been doing a bit of research, but I could always do doing some more research. And thinking a little bit about how I'm going to embed some of the social and political context into the script. Yeah, so I kind of set myself the deadline of like, oh, I will finish working on this kind of prose outline by the end of this week, so I can send it off to my script editor before going back into my second, like the official second draft of the actual script. So I'm kind of ready. Yeah, I need to relook, make some notes and whatnot. So now that it's Thursday and I'm going down to London for the weekend, that might actually end up being like another week, push it back by another week. But yeah, so hopefully by the end of next week, I'll finish up that and I'll be able to get some notes from my script editor and move back into the actual script drafting again, which I really love. And because like there's so much more space and so much more words, that like I really enjoy that kind of writing part, like the actual like problem solving of like plot and tension, like I find a little bit more challenging. So yes, this bit's been a bit challenging, but it's good, and I feel like I'm learning and getting better as I'm doing it as well. Okay, so I guess what I have in mind for this channel is documenting my writing and feature film journey. Also documenting getting my short onto the festival circuit, fingers crossed. And any other directing projects that come along on the way. Would love to get a few commercials. So just putting it out into the universe that I am ready and willing to direct some commercial work. And also just like life and fitness, running, swimming, and any other adventures, and maybe some travel even, fingers crossed. I think I'll also probably do some videos of what I'm reading and watching as well. I guess to give you a sneak peek, I'm a huge Bridgerton fan, and so I've been reading some of the Bridgerton books as I am in greatly in anticipation for the next half of season 4. What else? Yeah, I watch a lot of films, so I might do a little review of some of the favorite things I've watched. Yeah. One of the things I'm super excited with this channel is to build a writing community. I have been loving watching all of these YouTube videos of like authors working on their novels. So this, in a way, will kind of be the same, a little bit similar, except with my screenwriting journey. But like I mentioned as well, I have a feeling there are some other writing projects within me other than just for the screen. But yeah, I would love to hear like you guys' like comments or thoughts, like if there's any videos in particular you'd like to see from me. Yeah, I'm just really super excited for this journey and to document a little bit, because I think one thing that I have been really terrible with is documenting. Like even before like like looking back and being like I've not taken enough photos of myself, and yeah, and there have been loads of cool things that have happened, like traveling and like directing work, so like it'll be really cool to document that and to share that. Like I think, yeah, getting over my fear of like being seen and being visible, like not just be always being like a writer hiding away. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm super excited for you to follow along. Okay, speak soon. Bye.